What's up, everyone? Welcome to the video. We're going to be doing the 2025 Carolina Panthers record prediction. And with that out of the way, we'll hop into week one where they play against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. And I think this will be a tough one for them. The Jags, they got a new head coach who I think is going to do wonders for their team. And I think the Panthers are going to struggle here and start off the season with a loss and go to 0-1. All right, and heading into week two, the Panthers will be playing against the Arizona Cardinals. I think this will be a pretty competitive game. And, I mean, you've got two quarterbacks who I feel like need to really prove something this year. Bryce Young needs to prove that the last half of last season wasn't a fluke and that he can be a good player. And Kyler Murray just needs to be more consistent. And I'm going to give the edge to the Panthers here because, historically speaking, the Panthers have always done really well against the Cardinals. So I'm going to give the Panthers the win here and have them improve to 1-1. All right, and heading to week three, this will be the Panthers' home opener. They'll be playing against their division rival Atlanta Falcons. And I actually just talked about this in my last video. I think the Falcons have a more talented roster than the Panthers do at this current time. And I think that's going to give the Panthers some troubles. So I'm going to say the Panthers lose this game and drop down to 1-2. All right, and heading to week four, the Panthers will be on the road again playing against the New England Patriots. The Patriots, I think they'll definitely be better than they were last year. They went like 4-13 last year, but I think adding Stephon Diggs to that offense is going to help out Drake May a lot. And their defense is already pretty good, unlike the Panthers defense. The Panthers defense was really bad last year, and I don't think they really did a whole lot to make it better. So because of that, I'm going to say the Patriots win this game and drop the Panthers down to 1-3. All right, and heading to week five, the Panthers will be at home this time against the Miami Dolphins. And I think this honestly does have the potential to be a really high-scoring game. The Dolphins have Tua, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Devon Achane on that offense. And then the Panthers on their side of the ball have Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, and they have a guy, Xavier Legette. He's one of their wide receivers. He might take a step this year. So this could be a very high-scoring game. But I trust the Dolphins' offense more than the Panthers. And it also doesn't help that the Panthers' defense is pretty bad. So I'm going to give the Dolphins the win here and have the Panthers go down to 1-4. All right, and heading to week six, the Panthers will be at home against the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are definitely having, I would call it a tumultuous offseason at this point in time. Micah Parsons needs to get paid, and for some reason, the Cowboys don't want to pay him. So that's definitely problematic for them. But regardless, I think the Cowboys roster is way too talented to lose a game like this against the Panthers, just because the Panthers are young and don't have the most talented roster. So I'm going to say the Panthers lose this game and go to 1-5. All right, and heading into week seven, the Panthers will be taking on the New York Jets on the road. And this is definitely going to be a test for Bryce Young, just because the Jets, although they're the Jets, and I don't think they're going to be very good, they still have a pretty good defense. So we'll see how Bryce Young does, but regardless, it's the Jets. I think the Panthers are going to win this game and improve their record to 2-5. All right, and heading to week eight, the Panthers will be at home again playing against the Buffalo Bills. And I hate to be short with this, but the Bills are way better than the Panthers. They're Super Bowl contenders, and the Panthers are still rebuilding. So obviously, I think the Bills are going to win this, and I think the Panthers are going to drop this game and go down to 2-6. All right, and heading into week 9, they will be playing against the Green Bay Packers. And I don't think the Packers are as good as the Buffalo Bills, but they're definitely still, at the very least, borderline Super Bowl contender. So really don't like the Panthers in this game. Maybe they'll shock me, but for the time being, I don't think they're going to beat the Packers, and I think the Panthers will go down to 2-7. All right, heading to Week 10, the Panthers will be playing at home against the New Orleans Saints for the first time this season. And this is going to be a short review in a good way, because I think the Panthers are going to beat the Saints, because the Saints, as I've mentioned, they're going to fucking suck because they just don't have anyone anymore. So I'm going to say the Panthers win this game and improve their record to 3-7. All right, and heading to Week 11, the Panthers will be playing on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. And this one, I mean, it's division rivalry, so really anything can happen, but it's kind of just what I said the last time they played the Falcons. It's just the Falcons roster is better, and I mean, that's kind of really where I stand with that. Like, I mean, Chuba Hubbard's good, but Bijan Robinson's better. Bryce Young is good, but also Bryce Young is unproven. That's what I meant to say. Two unproven quarterbacks. Falcons have a better running back. They have a better receiving core. And, I mean, they arguably have a better head coach, too. So I'm going to say the Panthers lose this game and drop down to 3-7. Or 3-8, sorry. All right, and for their next game in Week 12, they will be playing against the San Francisco 49ers. And I hate to keep repeating myself, but I mean, I just trust the 49ers roster more than the Panthers roster. I mean, their defense lost a lot of pieces, but it's still better than the Panthers. The offense has guys like CMC, George Kittle, Juwan Jennings, Brock Purdy's pretty decent. Yeah, I don't like the Panthers in this one, so I'm going to say they lose this one and go down to 3-9. All right, and heading to Week 13, the Panthers will be at home against the Los Angeles Rams. And Panthers fans might think I'm going to just say they're going to lose this one and move on, but I just have a feeling that they're going to come out and play inspired football this week and do anything they can to get a win, play a little spoiler to the Rams, and I think they're going to win. I think they're going to get back on track and snap their 2-game losing streak and go to 4-9. So Week 14 is their bye week. They're sitting at 4-9. Probably not going to make the playoffs, but we'll see how they play for the rest of the season. All right, for Week 15, the Panthers will be playing against the New Orleans Saints. And I'm going to say they definitely win this game just because the Saints, as I've mentioned, are not a good team. So I think they're going to win and improve their record to 5-9. All right, so heading to Week 16, the Panthers will be playing against the Bucs, and everyone's going to pick the Bucs to win because, you know, they're the better team. But something just tells me the Panthers are going to win a bunch of random games at the end of the season, and this is going to be one of them. Like, no one's going to expect it. It's going to be completely random, but I think the Panthers, they're going to show us something at the end of their season, and this is going to be part of that. And I'm going to say they win and improve their record to 6-9. All right, so Week 17, the Panthers will be at home playing against the Seattle Seahawks. And this is another one. Is this going to be where I have the train of the Panthers on their win streak ending? They're at 3 in a row. Will they make it 4 in a row? Honestly, yeah, I think they will. I think something's really going to click at the end of the season. And this is going to lead to another shocking upset. So I'm going to have the Panthers winning this one and improving their record to 7-9. And finally, to end their season, the Panthers will be playing on the road against the Bucs for the second time. And let's see, do I think they're going to get another random upset? Well, I actually don't, because I think the Bucs are going to kick it into overdrive since this is the last week of, you know, the regular season. They're going to be fighting for a playoff seed because they're going to win this division, let's be real. But at the same time, they could get a better seed if they win this game, and they're going to be fighting for that. So I'm going to say the Panthers lose this game and end off with a final record of 7-10. And there you have it. 7-10 is their final record, and so far they are third in the division. The reason the Falcons are above them is because they swept the Panthers. So they're going to be sitting at third. And I mean, if it makes Panthers fans feel better, they will beat the Saints. There's no way I'm having the Saints win 7 games. So there's that, I guess. It's just the biggest problem I have with the Panthers is their roster is still not the best, especially defensively. Like, offensively, it's okay because they have a good running back and an up-and-coming wide receiver core. But at the same time, that defense was actually statistically the worst defense in the league last year. And I feel like they didn't do a whole lot to improve it. So it's like they're still going to lose a lot of games because of that. And that's why I have them with a poor record. But that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a New Orleans Saints video. Peace out.